Okay, here we go. All right, welcome back to another introduction. This time, it's the introduction of line. Now, remember, it's line as an abstract element. We're going to start looking into these visuals and trying to be able to understand what that meaning is, going from subject through these forms into content. We're going to be doing this a lot. In this case, what we're going to be covering in this one is that we're going to be trying to understand line as an abstract element. What line is, how to recognize it, how to use it, perhaps. What it's used for as a visual representation. We're going to go in this introduction and answer a bunch of questions actually of that visual language that you probably didn't even really know you had. So let's get started and let's get right to it. But before I do, actually, there's one thing I do want to say before we move on into this exploration. It's a little reminder. What I'm presenting to you here is a simple set of facts. There'll be a bunch of visuals that you have to kind of look at. And within this set of images, within this information, they are not without concern. They are not without question or debate. We need to be able to talk about these things. It's important throughout this whole section that you don't get into sort of passenger mode. These visuals are supposed to be discussed and debated. They want to be discussed and debated as meaning. What it is, what's the value to your thinking and feeling, how do those ideas relate to you? What's important for this discussion here is that you begin to learn and see as a methodology, and we want to be able to have that methodology into an image, to be able to understand an image, to be able to understand its idea, its concern, its expression, its communication, its truth, and all of that in turn is supposed to be seen as your truth. That's why we look at these things. Your truth, to understand what you think about it, to be able to understand what that visual means to you, as you, in your life. Even if it's not directly evident or relatable, there's always some kind of meaning. That's our assumption, remember. Even if it's not exactly translated or exactly a direct symbol for what you go through in your life every day, art always has meaning, and as such, always has value to you. As the image up here says, the straight line is godless and immoral. Which means loosely that the direct line, like a straight line, foregoes all of the richness and nuance of our humanity. That's that which makes us sentient beings, our creativity, our dynamic movement, our abilities to adapt and grow, and probably our highest form of consciousness is our ability to exist as what we call empaths, to be able to think and feel outside of our own consciousness. Even if it's just momentarily, it's us at our most creative to feel and understand another human existence. Empathy. It's really why we make art and look to others' expressions, simply to understand ourselves. So with that, let's get started.